I want people to realise that when we have the next Bank of England meeting and the future ones, don't just focus on the short-term rate, so the Bank of England base rate. Also look what's going on in the background, what's also in those meeting notes about things like the gilt sales, because they will have an impact materially on lots of areas of the economy, but also your personal finances. And when we get to that budget, then I think we're going to have more conversations about gilt yields, and it will therefore make more sense potentially if the Bank of England has to intervene, if gilt yields start to spike for whatever reason, then those people who've listened to this podcast will understand better what's going on.
Just to sort of finish this piece off, isn't this the same as all the other central banks? Are they doing the same thing?
So it is a similar thing for other central banks, because there have been large bond holdings for their own domestic government bonds with central banks. But typically the US Federal Reserve and the European Central Bank, for example, allow theirs to run off, which is a term they use to describe when they just let the bonds they hold mature. So we are a bit of an outlier to a certain degree in the UK, which is why it's particularly interesting when it comes to those meeting minutes on what the Bank of England is doing when it comes to the sales of the gilts that they hold.